Hi, I'm Dave Vickers and welcome to the Photo Show. In today's episode we're doing another Photoshop tutorial and we're going to look at turning a colour image into a black and white image. There are plenty of techniques to use in Photoshop for doing this, but I'm going to show you 3 really good techniques to get you great results. Remember, if you like what you see on the Photo Show, please comment, like and subscribe in the boxes below. Anyway, here's the tutorial. What I want to do in this tutorial is show you 3 of my favourite ways of converting a colour image into a black and white image. So first off, let's start by opening up the file again. So click File, Open, come to Dialog, and we use the same Fox image we were working on before. So highlight that, click Open, and there we have it, a lovely colour image that we worked on before with the Fox. The first thing I normally do before I make any adjustments to an image is to duplicate the layer. If you look over here in the Layers palette, it's there as the background, that's your Fox image. Now, first option here is if you right click on the highlighted area. Second option down there is Duplicate Layer. If you click that, so it duplicates the background, you can rename the layer, click OK. That will then give you a duplicate of that layer. Let's get rid of that one. Second way of doing it is coming up here to the top of the page where it says Layer. Click there. Second option down again is Duplicate Layer. Exactly the same dialog box. Click OK and you've duplicated the background layer again. Let's get rid of that. My usual way of doing this is using a keyboard shortcut, which is to press Ctrl and J, and there immediately we have the background layer straight up. The reason for doing this is that you can work on this layer without affecting this layer at all. So you've always got the background layer there ready to use. Should you make a mistake or you don't want anything goes wrong with the first layer, just delete that one and start again with the background layer. So I'm going to take the icon off of the background layer to make that invisible, and we're just working on the copy layer here. Okay, so options for turning colour image into a black and white. Now, one of my first options I'll use is what's called the channel mixer. So come up to Image, Adjustments again, and if you come down in the first box there is Channel Mixer. So click that and the dialog box opens there. And basically what this is doing is giving you adjustments on the red, green and blue parts of the image. If you look at the bottom here, we have a small tick box that says Monochrome, so we'll tick that and it will immediately convert the image into a nice black and white monochrome image. You can then use the sliders to adjust certain areas of the image. So for example, we know the grass around the outside of the fox is green, so if I grab the green slider, turn it down, it will darken that up, lighten it up, it will lighten that up. Obviously it's affecting other areas of the image as well. One of the keys to the channel mixer here is to make sure that all 3 of these numbers together add up to 100%, and you've got a total at the bottom here to see where you're going. So let's lighten up the grass slightly there. We're at 104% there, so if we bring the reds down a touch, so that need to be 36, so let's make that 36. And there, that's quite a nice black and white, it's fairly contrasty, you've got nice detail in all of the areas, and the total there is 100%. Click OK, and there you've got a nice black and white from the colour image that you had before. Okay, I'm going to delete that layer now. So click and drag that down to the bottom to the little dustbin icon there, and that will delete that layer. Let's make another copy, so Ctrl and J. Okay, the next one we'll use here is in the Adjustments palette up here. I think this has been available since Photoshop CS5. I think it's in Elements and Lightroom as well. But you have this black and white adjustment layer, so we'll click that. It actually does add a separate layer already over the top, so you can take that out and still have the colour layer. So immediately turn it into a nice black and white, and you can see, like the channel mixer here, we've got options to adjust the colours, only we've got a wider range now. We've got reds, yellows, greens, cyans, blues, magentas. So again, if we adjust the greens, it'll bring the greens up and down. These numbers don't have to add up to 100%. You can really just adjust them to your taste now. So you've got a bit more control over what you're doing. So you can adjust that, darken down the red slightly in the fox there, bring the blues up. And again, very quickly, you've got a nice black and white image from your original colour. If we take the layer off, you can see where we started. And we've got a nice black and white image from there. Okay, let's lose that adjustment layer again, drag it down to the dustbin icon, and that's deleted that layer. And the third option I want to show you is using a gradient map. For this, make sure that your colour swatches here are set to black on the foreground, white on the background. If this needs resetting, press D, and that will reset them to the default black and colours. If they're the opposite way round, like that, you've got white at the foreground, black at the background, press X, and that will switch the colours around. So once you've got that, if you come to the bottom of your palette here, this little half moon icon, second option from the bottom is gradient map. Click that, and immediately we've got a very nice contrasty black and white from the original. It's using the black and white as a layer over the top to give you a nice image like that. You can then adjust that further by using levels, contrast, things like that. But that's 3 really simple ways to make a black and white image from a colour file. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you soon. I'm Dave Vickers.